Come on.
So this is PrzybyszNation's current world record, Zelda 2, 12 minutes and 5 seconds. Man, his shaking display is crazy. So we have to get the jump spell first. He's going for, that's a nice cave. He takes a hit there on purpose to get that instant death. All those hits are on purpose. The death allows us to leave after getting the trophy to go get the jump spell. I would imagine that we're going to see a split in this that is essentially down to the frame almost. So green zeros in the split, I'm guessing. So in this run, even things like talking to this healer or this lady, she looks like the healer lady, and going into this door, the pixel that he's lining up on and when he's talking is as early as you possibly can. So if he was to talk any earlier than that, he would miss her. So the positionings of that are even that crucial in this to peel off fractions of a second. I like how he's got a sign that says BLIEVE. Also, the moment that he talks to that guy would be very, or no, maybe that's actually instant. So up and A, which is something used in any percent. We're using up and A on the second controller to save and quit to the title screen so we can exit North Palace to continue. Now he's got to do the healer glitch. We talked about it a little bit this morning. The healer glitch is double frame perfect. I don't know what... Does he use the triple stab Frosted Pears setup? Yes, he does. So there's 3 stabs on the edge, nice. Back, and in. So that's first try. That has to be first try. You miss that, it costs you 10 seconds. Has to be first try. Now you're also going to notice this is where the game gets completely broken. And I won't go into exactly how it's broken, but I can go into the precision. So right now he has to start running. I think he has to let off of the button. Or maybe it's when he enters that door.
He's got good luck.
Okay, so he's turning around to talk to this lady. Again, same location as before, so he can instantly talk to her. Used to be a strategy at the beginning of this setup where you had to let off of the D-pad for a second before you start. He's probably doing that as a reset.
Fairies, actually. It would mean that.
Or maybe it was there. I can't quite remember. He immediately goes in that door, which it doesn't look like a door. This is where the game is broken and the graphics are not displaying properly. He is re-entering the same town, but every time he goes in a door, it's messing with the game's memory.
Ooh.
He had to go past the door and enter the door on the right side there. He had to go far enough in to scroll the screen. So you'll notice when he comes in here, it's after, oh, it's right there. This is where time can be saved in the run if these are done perfectly. He's got to go in far enough for the screen to scroll. We know the screen scrolls because the images jump around. We can turn around in this game faster if we stop our momentum by stabbing. So he's going to stop his momentum by stabbing and then quickly turn around and jump. We can start our momentum faster if we're jumping. So he's going to stab and jump and get back. You'll notice that glitch has brought him all the way over here to King's Tomb here in the desert because he's going to go up now and get down stab. This is the reason why you needed the jump spell. You have to have the jump spell to get downstab. Downstab is absolutely required to beat the game. You have to be able to break blocks underneath you. You need downstab and you need the glove. Breaking blocks and breaking them underneath you are a requirement to get to the end of the game. Is it always going to be a requirement? We don't know. But for now, we know that that is something that we have to do. Again, this town is broken. You're going to notice that he's jumping and scrolling screens. He used the jump spell there. Oh, this is new. So this is a time save I didn't even know existed. So he's using the jump spell here, and instead of going out, he's going into the guy's room there. This is where did he say yes? Oh, he said nice.
I know.
So that is not we would scroll the screen once and then jump up. So that's not a strategy I'm familiar with, and I'm wondering if it's guaranteed. I was looking at his reaction to see like if he went yes, like that doesn't happen all the time or whatever. But he's happy with it anyways.
1.7 second lead here.
So he's 1.7 seconds ahead. He has to press the B button to talk to this guy. If you press it too soon, you'll stab and you have to wait for the stabbing animation to talk to him again. Any frames that you press too late is time you're losing. Because not only do you have to travel farther into the room, you have to travel farther out. We call this guy Pete the Pogo Stick Mechanic. After the do-do-do-do, when you hear that do-do-do-do, the conversation with this guy is actually going to end on its own. And then you have to, how does it work? That's how it works. The conversation with the guy doesn't end on its own, but you can only end it after the do-do-do-do. If you try to press B early and it doesn't end the conversation and you press B again, sometimes you end up pressing it too many times and talking to him again. So that timing of ending that conversation is precise as well to get as much as you can out of it. Climbing up these stairs. Little things like those 3 jumps up the stairs. It's hard to tell when you want to jump here because you don't want to hit your head. But if you wait too late, you bump your feet. The jumps to cleanly jump up these stairs without having to be slowed down are pretty precise. So now he's got to go to Palace 2. He's going to set the glitch up by scrolling the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is where RNG comes into the run. I talked earlier about how precise the little things were and getting all of the tricks done well. But then you also have to worry about the RNG in getting to Palace 2 without encounters or with the least amount of encounters as possible. The game itself, encounters are somewhat predictable. And we know, depending on how many tiles we move, there's an encounter, but also there's a timed encounter. How long you're in the overworld will spawn enemies. So he's going to come down here, and he wants to cross this tile at a certain time. So if he didn't cross this road tile and was out here, the game would spawn encounters. But the game won't spawn encounters on the road, so he's specifically crossing road tiles at a certain time. Now he gets the encounter down here, and he's hoping for a low encounter that he can go up to avoid.
That's fine. Go away.
He also walked far enough here to potentially delay an encounter. I can't get into the specifics because I don't remember it offhand, but those movements are movements that have the highest likelihood to give you the better encounters. We still don't know. You'd have to be essentially frame perfect from the beginning of the game, or at least frame perfect from the up A reset to guarantee that. And that's just too much to track.
Hey, sheepdog, you still up, huh? There's the fairies. Yes.
So he knows if he gets fairies here, I'm assuming he knows that he's on an exact frame. So now in this case, like I said, to think that you can be frame perfect from the beginning of that reset to guarantee spawns is kind of fictional. Not that it's not possible, but what I'm sure Prizz has done, and it's something that I've done when I was running this game or games similar to that, is you're not frame perfect, but you've played it so many times that you're going to hit a window of 5 or 6 frames. And that window of 5 or 6 frames, when this spawn happens, will give you the fairy, or will give you this, or will give you this, or will give you this. And you do it so many times that you are familiar with the outcome of a quantity of frames. He's seen these fairies, and he's probably seen them a bunch of times, but seeing these fairies lets him know where he is and how to dodge them.
We're going to do this special wiggle, and that'll get us in with...
So, saw the fairies, did a special wiggle to know that he could get to here without an encounter. We need to scroll the screen here, but not only that, we need to be moving the other direction quickly. So he's actually jumping into this without seeing that statue. He's got to jump so that he doesn't clip his foot on the ground, and that he lands before the statue and stabs the statue to turn around perfectly. This is pretty straightforward, other than there's actually lava down here that you can fall into. He's walking on a path that doesn't exist. Essentially, when the game is broken, I touched on it a little bit before, what you're seeing is not what actually is there. But what actually is there is consistent. We know what's there. We know that there's pits here. He knows when to jump. He just can't use his normal visualization to know when to jump. I use the zeros in the next up here to know when to jump in this room. You just use different visuals. Scrolling the screen, turning around. Now you're coming up on the glove.
Hey, Jay's here. All
now
right.
turn around as quick as you can. And he's out of Palace 2, and he's hoping for another good walk. So, for someone like Prizz that's been grinding this, he's grinding it for sub 12. This is what he's going to try to do. You can see his previous world record is 12:06. This runs a 12:05. He's just grinding. He is going to, over time, recognize patterns. Knowing the fairy, if he can be frame perfect in the castle, he may know what to do here.
More fairies. All right. That's okay. Got an extra step in there.
Okay, so he took an encounter. He's not going to want.
Okay, backspawn.
Backspawn is great. These encounters all cost like 4 seconds. If someone could it costs like 4 seconds. So if someone could figure out a way to either better understand, not understand, because we understand it well enough. What you would need to do is play the game so much that when he exits that palace, he can recognize those spawns and know a pattern through every spawn situation. So he ended up with 12 seconds lost there. There's your sub 12. Is it possible to get through there without taking encounters on every scenario? Essentially, it is, because we could put it into a task and we can move link, but hindsight is 20/20. Through a task, we know where to move and whatever. Realistically, there's a lot of patterns that we can't not take an encounter. But if you could find a pattern that you would get that allows you to not take an encounter and be able to replicate that, you could save a major amount of time there.
Hey, come on.
All right. So now he's doing the bridge. This is an example of frosted feet. which is doing the fairy feet glitch as Link, he needs to enter this bridge holding the left button. Does he have an input display? Am I on it? No. He needs to enter this bridge holding the left button. When the screen loads, he has to frame perfectly let go of the left button. And what that'll do is that'll line him up on the last pixel on the left side of the screen. But not only the last pixel, but the last subpixel. Right there. So he is on the last pixel. I'm assuming he does this first try. So his release of the button is frame perfect. Now, you're going to notice there, Link moves a little bit before this menu pops up. Watch really closely. So here he comes. He's going to stop moving, and then you're going to see Link, this way, lurch forward 1 frame, and then the menu pops up.
Try it.
Could you see it? I'm going to see if I can pause it. It's important for one reason.
Try it. Let's go. Let's go. First try it. Let's go.
Come on. Oh, I almost got it right before that. One more time, and then I'll be done.
First try.
Oh, I heard it, but so like right now, when I stop, you're going to see Link's sprite change a little. You can see it just a little bit. So what ends up happening there is when we get into that screen, we're holding left, we let go of the button frame perfectly, and then we need to press the right button, incorrect, the left button for 1 frame and then the start button. So he's going to tap left and then start together. Left start. And the distance between the left press and the start press has to be 1 frame. That way Link will hit the screen transition. And then he's going to unpause the game holding right. The game thinks you exited the right side of the screen and you skip that bridge. Every time you miss this, it costs you, I don't remember now, 3 seconds? 5 seconds? Something like that. I can't remember.
Try it. Let's go.
So first try is crucial. Do some fancy moves here to skip the bridge. This way we don't need to know Bagoo.
1, 2, 3, 4,
and 5. So I won't get into too much of what he did there. The healer glitch accomplishes a lot of things, but there are variations of that. Certain healer glitches allow for certain things and certain healer glitches don't. And it all has to do with how far we offset the screen and how far we mess up the code by storing numbers in RAM. He changed the healer glitch there. That's the reason for entering that door so many times.
Okay. All right, we're on pace. Ah, what the heck happened there?
Oh, no. So there is a time loss. Did he miss the beam? That beam is supposed to hit the bot that jumps off of here.
Ah,
the bot jumped a little late. He may have thrown the beam a little early. To be honest with you, the time loss is very small, if any. He took the damage, which put him in the right spot. He's got to scroll the screen and leave.
what the heck happened there?
He may not have lost much time.
It was wild.
That was good.
Okay, here we go.
It's a good turnaround. He's not getting the stabs in, though. His turnarounds, he's probably not losing much time, but there's a little time he might be able to gain.
So basically fine.
Oops. So he's going to jump. Ooh, no, I forgot about this. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you need to do a really interesting hammer death here. He wants to take damage,
Do this right.
but he's got to make this skip perfect. So you'll notice how enemies are spawning behind him. This can give you a little bit more information why we changed the healer glitches. One healer glitch has you moved far enough forward that enemies spawn behind you. This one. You see the jumping guys, and now you'll actually see he spawns in behind you. And that's because the offset, not exactly, but you can think about it as we are offsetting us on the screen far enough forward that when we hit the signal for the game to create enemies, they're behind us. But what this does is when we need to talk to somebody, the guy that gives you down stab, remember, if we're creating enemies behind us, when we go in to talk to the guy for down stab, we can't get past him to even have him created because we have to pass entities before they're spawned. And that's the best quick way I can explain why we need different healer glitches. We use a different healer glitch at the beginning that glitches the screen out, allows us to teleport around, but also has entities spawn in front of us. And now he switched it at Lifetown so that the enemies spawn behind us. That makes it possible to get through this cave because we're so underpowered that we can't even hope to kill anything at this point. This enemy, however, will not spawn behind us, and we have to do a set of really intricate jumps.
Cool.
And he made it. This screen sucks because none of the pits line up where they're supposed to.
One,
and,
two,
right?
3, 4, 5,
Oh, no, he's going to spawn behind us. There's a Mew on this bridge.
6.
That bridge. But I forget, he spawns behind you. The old way, we had to dodge that.
Come on. Do this.
So you hear him say, come on, you can do this. And that's basically because the next thing he's going to do is a setup that allows him to essentially grab the hammer and then take the last hit he needs to die. And it saves 4 seconds or something like that on this perfect hammer death. It looks cool too. Yes. You see how he jumps perfectly? The hammer hits him and is going to kill him, but the damage knocks him, or the axe from the Daira hits him, is going to kill him, but the damage is actually knocking him forward so that he can pick up the hammer. And he's pumped right now. He's pumped right now because he has done some of the, I mean, you look at his time, he's done some of the really hard stuff. You'll see his P2 exit is 5 seconds ahead, but you'll see he lost about 5 seconds. That's from those encounters after P2, that if you get better RNG or if we learn to track it better, we can eliminate some of that time.
Let's go.
This jump here, and this is why I'm actually going through this, to give you an idea of how stupid precise everything is in this. This jump right here, when this screen opens, you only have a short amount of pixels that you can run. It looks like you have a lot, but if you'll notice, he was down here. He's not even on this ledge. He's on a very, very small ledge. He has to start running before he jumps. Otherwise, he won't make the jump. If he runs too far, he'll fall in the pit. You only have about 4 frames. I think it's 4 frames. Normally, 4-frame inputs are not that tricky. In this case, they are, because you have nothing to go by until the screen loads. So right now, he doesn't know when to press the button. He doesn't know when to press the button. He does. But as soon as this loads, you start to see him move, you got to press the button. Your reaction speed has to be really precise here. You can enter this screen without holding the left button and have a little bit more time, but it wastes time. So the record strat is to nail that. You would never notice it from right here that what he just did was extremely hard. Now, remember the frosted feet, that frame perfect release? There's another one coming up. Also, there potentially is a time save here that we haven't figured out. You can do a frosted feet here. When he exits, you're going to see he exits this tile. He's actually exiting this tile on the left, which is what we need. But there is a potential that you can exit this tile on the bottom and kick you out here, which saves those 3 seconds. But what it would require you to do is it would require you to stop on the last pixel and the last subpixel and do another frame perfect screen wrap. I'm sorry that you can't see this. And it's just not worth it right now, because if you miss it, you soft lock and your run's over. Essentially. But he is going to do another one right here. So again, enter, holding left, frame perfect release.
Yes.
And first try. Frame perfect release, 1 frame left press, followed by a frame perfect start button press, and then exiting holding right. You can't even express the difficulty in those. And if you wanted to learn this run's really not bad, because those ones you can try as many times as you want. You just lose a small amount of time every time you try. But to do every one of these things perfect the first try, it's absurd is what it is.
All right, all right.
I've got very few attempts at this where I've done them all perfect.
Good encounters here.
He got a back spawn.
Whoa, where'd that come from?
Oh, okay, he's taking 1 encounter there, but it was clean. Does he take 2? He takes 2.
And I made it.
So here's your time loss. Now he's taken 2 encounters through the Green Mile.
To the road at least. Okay, back spawn maybe. Game, what do you think?
Oh, okay. So
right.
He's now doing a different route than we used to.
Still full health.
It's faster. He's got to avoid that guy. Oh, what a nice freaking deal. He jumps in, turns, so he's jumping in. This is beautiful. He's jumping in far enough to scroll the screen. When we're teleporting or when we're using the healer glitch to take us where we're not supposed to go, we need to obey some criteria. And a lot of times it's getting the screen to scroll. Even if it's just a few pixels, we scroll the screen. He's jumping out perfectly to scroll the screen a little bit. Then he's holding left. He's also catching this Tektite and bouncing off of him.
Good.
But then he gets hit.
Bounce. Oh!
Which is all right. It was a good bounce, though.
Big spider.
Scroll the screen.
What do we got?
And he's at Great Palace. A nice stab turnaround.
All right.
So Great Palace is going to make no sense to anybody right now. Just know that there is little precision in Great Palace with these falls. It's not unprecise, but it's not as precise as it may seem. Sometimes things don't look like it's hard at all and sometimes look like they're hard. These falls are basically just buffering and holding certain directions.
Despite the encounters late in the run. Let's go.
Now, one thing that's important is you'll notice him having to jump. Like right here, he jumps. If you catch your foot, like these steps are going to the right. There's steps here. If you catch your foot and it kills your momentum, you lose a half a second. And those are constant throughout the run. You've got to be able to remember those jumps.
No beams, that's okay. Whee! It's Cheese's birthday, everybody. Wee for her. Whee!
All right, we're coming up on probably the part of the game that I dread the most.
All right. I have to focus.
And you hear him? All right, gotta focus. He's coming up to a fire chicken, spicy chicken. Now remember, the enemies are still spawning behind us. Wait for the one and bloop, fire chicken. But, well, this is actually, I call this room the room of suck. Because any small, you see how these are barely missing his feet here? Any small variation in your movement here, these enemies spawn based off of where you are on the screen, how high you are when you jump. Everything matters. And the timing in which they spawn, it correlates with the timing in which the last one unloads. So everything works together. And if you don't press the buttons right at the right time, they get out of pattern. And it can, you get out of pattern, you get hit, you die, you get knocked back. Like, this room really sucks. It looks like he just does a, that actually, I don't know if he meant to do that where he stunned that head right here. Either he means to stun this head and on his setup it works out well, which is pretty sweet, or he stunned that head and had just enough time to get past it. See if he has a reaction.
Okay, good room.
Yeah, no reaction. So that's probably how he plans to do it. He wants...
Nope.
Ooh, he took a little bit of a bump there. That's why you have to have down stab, and that's why you have to have the glove. The first 2 or 3 minutes of the game are done because you have to have that. Have to go through this room.
Here we go.
Here we go. This is the spicy chicken. How close is it?
Yes.
Perfect. Freaking perfect. He stubbed his toe there a little bit, but that's all right.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. No way. An absolute perfect.
Where'd that come from?
Okay, so that right there is Bicula. We call this oh, did I miss? Yeah, I missed Bicula. This room is Scott Bicula and the Quantum Leaps. We've named it that because of these jumps. So he is pressing the jump button, the stab button. It's the right time. He's sliding the right amount. He's stabbing at the perfect time to jump 5 blocks high, knock out 2 blocks, and land up there. The timing in which to do those jumps is incredibly precise. It just is. And that was developed way back in all keys speed runs. I mean, this jump has been around for years as the Quantum Leap, and that's where you get, well, the Quantum Leap TV show had the Scott Bakula. Well, this, because it's one of the blue Folkers, we named him Scott Bicula. But he's a run killer because his movement...
Go ahead, finish your sentence.
Because his movement is so random that you have to either dynamically move and be able to react, which is what most people do. There are some setups that you can use that can guarantee patterns a little better, but really they take too much time for the world record. The world record, you got to go here and hope that you get good RNG. All right, one moment.
Why aren't you up there? Oh, because you're over there.
I'm,
okay.
Yeah, reviewing the run.
Do the Earthcrackers know that your throat hurts? They need to stop making you talk.
It actually feels better now. The coffee helped this morning, but it was sore this morning.
Did you feed the beans?
He still had food left. She still had food left.
She's a girl.
She still had food left, yeah.
I need it.
Why? Well, we'll talk about it later. Is it, I want to finish this up. But...
Yeah, finish this up. I'm going to go, look, someone doesn't know about Earthcrackers. I'm going to go, walk the dog.
All right. Okay, so the Earthcrackers, that's a long story. My wife used to come in here and call the chat you people or those people or something. And then there was this thing where chat would be like, oh, oh, that's just what we are, just those people. And then she's like, well, I'll give you a name. And she named chat Earthcrackers. I have no idea why. So he gets a decent spawn here and is able to perfectly get by, perform another quantum leap. And you'll notice that he's doing down stabs. There, doing a down stab during these. If he doesn't time this right, he'll break the blocks out below him. So even that, it's so difficult to explain. Even that, oh, come on, I can't do it. There. Even these stabs, because of this down stab, the location and time is important because if you break the blocks out below you, it's going to slow you down.
Woo! Where'd that come from?
That's a perfect room. You're not going to get much faster than that.
One more spicy chicken. Come on.
Oh, he still has one more spicy chicken.
Come on, spicy. Just be cool. Don't worry. I'll take
This one's easier because there's no steps.
Whoa!
That was close.
That was close.
That was close.
Okay. Alright. Just be cool. Come on.
Uh-oh. Get it! Oh, he blocked it! He had time to jump it. He was a smart move. He blocked it, but it lost him.
Sure smells
Alright,
good.
alright. Just gotta make
half a
this jump.
second.
Do this.
Now we're coming up to the part of this run that is the namesake for the route. This route is called the ledge route.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Okay, come on. Okay. I can make this jump. I can do it.
Okay. So he lands up here on a ledge. Now he has to jump out, but he has to jump out the perfect amount with the perfect tempo or the perfect momentum and turn around at the perfect time to land down here. We call it the ledge route. This was quoted by Frosted Pears, who is the guy that came up with this route. Is so dramatically different than any way that we've played the game. And that's why it saves so much time. We've went from 14 and a half minutes to a different route that's looking at going sub 12. It saves so much time, but it is dramatically different. If you miss that ledge, it's over and it's not easy to hit. So you've got at the very, very end, you've done all, I mean, come on, you guys just watch this. It's absurd, everything that's went right. Then you have to do that and then fight Darklink. Right now, he's got to know he's on good pace. You'll see that he's in the red, but his Beakula room was perfect. So if the last run that he had struggled at all with Beakula, he could potentially gain 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds in that room alone. And I think that's why he's so excited. Now, how is his Darklink fight? Does he lose time on Darklink? I'm going to give him the win.
Come on. What do we got? Yes! World record. Happy birthday, cheese. Woo! Oh, man. I can't believe it.
All right. Well, congratulations. Congratulations here to PrzybyszNation. So if we look back through this run, we can say encounters were about the only About the only mistakes. That's not even a mistake. So this run came down to him getting more encounters than it's going to take to get that. He didn't make any mistakes. Not even a mistake. His Darklink kill was 8 stabs. You can go faster than that. And I think if I was to, I am going to go back and try to get a PB, but if I was grinding for it, I think I would learn, the faster Darklink fight. It's not really, it's really particular, and I don't know, maybe, I think if you can land a second stab in there, you may save a second, but maybe it wouldn't be worth it. In this case, it would, though, because you're just trying to get sub 12. But if he gets 1 or 2 less encounters, this is sub 12. It is absolutely possible in this game. But that is a look at the new world record. Shout outs to PrzybyszNation. If you want to watch somebody do amazing things in this game, he streams everything live on Twitch, and he's currently grinding. And we all must believe. We all must believe.